The following is an exclusive presentation of Jessup Broadcasting, the sports leader in Southeast Georgia.
World famous. The world famous Butch and Bob Show.
Yes, it is the world-famous Butch and Bob Show right here on WIFO, 105.5 FM in Jessup. The time now is 7:57, Monday morning, 29th day of March. And, Bob, how you doing this morning?
I'm good.
You good?
Yep, good.
Good. Glad to hear it.
It's all good.
Not all good. Alabama lost. Your bracket is really shot now.
It was shot in day one. So
now, if you got the winner, you're fine. As long as you pick that winner, that's the most important thing, right?
The following is an exclusive presentation.
Huh, is it?
No, you got to have better than that.
You got to have better than just the winner, huh?
Yeah.
What do you got to have? I mean, what makes a good what makes a winning bracket?
3 out of the 4 final.
3 out of the 4 in the final
that'd
4,
be
huh?
nice, yeah.
All right, so do you have any of the final 4?
Gonzaga.
Gonzaga.
They're going to win it. I mean, it was an easy pick, but it's too easy to pick. Gonzaga.
Where is Gonzaga anyway? Is that in New York?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure where Gonzaga is?
My mind's going blank.
All right, let's appeal to our listeners out there. If you know where Gonzaga is, text it in right now at our regular phone number, 912-427-3711, 912-427-3711, and help us find where Gonzaga is. Well, I see the name Stephen Meeks. State Representative Stephen Meeks' name has popped up here on the screen, which probably means that he is on Zoom with us right now. Bob, take it away.
Stephen, how you doing today?
Good morning. I'm great. How are y'all?
Doing great. 3 days left. Tell us what we can expect in these final 3 days.
Down the short roads there, aren't you, Stephen? You're down the short roads, aren't you, Stephen? Yeah.
Tomorrow's a committee day, and then Sunny dies on Wednesday. So we got a couple of long days ahead, and finish up the first session of this biennium. So looking forward to it, and looking forward to getting home.
Anything unexpected going to come up, or is it pretty much business as usual?
We still have a sports betting bill seems to be rearing its head again from time to time. They've gone back and done some different things to it and added in some funding for rural broadband and different things. Every time we get it to the floor, it gets recommitted to committee. They've broken it down to where part of it goes to Hope Scholarship, part of it for rural broadband, rural health care, mental health services, and then a small percentage to the Georgia Sports Commission. So I don't know. We every time it gets to us, they send it back to committee. So we'll see what it looks like. But it keeps rearing its head back and forth every couple of weeks. So we'll see where that one ends up. But,
it's kind of funny. 2 weeks ago, y'all told us that was dead in the water.
What do they know, huh?
You told us that was dead. I was dead and gone.
I've come to the realization that nothing is dead in the water until
CPR,
Sonny
so
dies.
somebody get life. I like it.
All kinds of wheeling and dealing going on in them back rooms there.
It keeps going back and getting another life and coming back. So I've come to that conclusion that it's not over till it's over.
Gotcha.
Midnight on Sonny die.
Every now and then I read something just, maybe you can help us understand. I've got a story today. There's a bill. I'm not sure if you're familiar with something about the librarians are upset. It removes them from decisions about which books students can or cannot read at schools. Currently, the State Board of Education requires that every local Board of Education establish a school district media committee to review parent objections to books, videos, and other materials. Said that Bill 226 would impose a statewide move with others in charge and cleared. So explain that. What's going on there? Do you know anything about that?
I saw a headline on that the other day. We have a meeting this morning, and that's on the calendar to talk about. I read that. I'm not sure the impetus for that one. Why we're getting that, but I'll take a look at that one and have more information when we speak again. But I did know that that was on the agenda to talk about this morning in our 8 a.m. meeting.
All right. Any other big news took place this past Thursday? Governor signed a lot of those voting changes. Of course, there's all kinds of lawsuits being filed about that. The big thing is getting noticed nationwide. They keep harping on this fact that there's a part of the law is that they make it a crime to give somebody a bottle of water or food while they're waiting in line. Why do they put that in there?
Well, I think it's a matter of those who are reporting these stories to really take a look at the law and understand what it says. There's always been a prohibition, of campaigning within a certain distance of any precinct, and that is uniform across our state. And, outside of that boundary, you can still provide materials and talk to electors as they're approaching the polling place. But inside that boundary is I think of it as that safe zone where electors can get their thoughts together and they know what they're going to do, and they're not continually being handed either a late flyer or something else. So it's that kind of safe zone where electors are not influenced by outside groups or candidates. But the bill does not prohibit the distribution of water outside of that boundary. Within that boundary, the bill does allow the polling places and the local election officials to provide water to those who are waiting in line for that. So it's a bit of a, depending on how you look at it, the news media nationally is not really portraying it the way the bill's written. So we're not necessarily, or we're not prohibiting that from outside of that boundary. But once you're there, then your local election officials can provide water for electors as they're waiting in line to vote.
How do you see these legal battles playing out? Is the federal government going to get involved? I saw the president weighed in. So, where's this going to go and how long is it going to take? I mean, you've got elections coming up in year 2022.
Right. Well, a lot of the provisions that have been included in the bill that we passed last week and the governor signed on Thursday are modeled after other states where they have been court tested. And we feel really good about this. As you mentioned, not long after the bill was signed, lawsuits were already being filed in Georgia by different groups alleging, different things within those lawsuits. So, from what we have gathered, a lot of the things that we've done, again, has been court tested in other states. The word came out through the weekend of, the structure of elections in other states, particularly in Delaware, the president's home state. And, it's interesting when you start throwing darts at election laws in other states. Whenever you look at your home state, it may not be quite what you think it is, and it may be better in other states. And, so I think that as we move forward in through the court process, and the federal government and the different members in Washington have made comment of doing some reform laws at a federal level. We'll have to see where that ends up and touch base with the federal delegation on that. But, we'll continue to work to make sure that our election process is fair and is secure as we move forward. And we think we have a good bill. There's a lot of good provisions in it. Some of it is being misinterpreted. We started getting emails over the weekend, and once we respond back to those who are sending those with what is actually in the bill, they understand it and get it, and it's usually completely different than what is being portrayed.
Well, the good news is the coronavirus restrictions are being lifted. No more restrictions are going to be lifted this Thursday. The governor made that announcement on Friday, so he says, the fact that most people are starting to get the vaccine, that they can start hopefully getting back to normal routines. Your thoughts on that? You think that's going to be something we see quickly here in the state of Georgia?
I do believe so. I had the opportunity to be with the governor over at Jekyll Island when he made that comment, and I look forward to that revised executive order further opening up our economy and lifting some of those restrictions. And as I believe now, any individual 16 years of age and older is now eligible for the vaccine. And I believe he was over in Waycross Friday receiving the vaccine, and I encourage everyone. No appointment is required for that site. So please take the opportunity to go and be vaccinated. And it's an easy process over in Waycross. It's a drive-through facility right there at the Waycross Mall, and I encourage you to do that and look forward to for more of those restrictions being lifted, where we can get back to a whatever the new normal will be. Hopefully we can get back there soon as spring gets into high gear and Easter services coming up.
Stephen, I'm sorry, I thought you were through.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Okay. Someone, Stephen, State Representative Stephen Meeks on the phone with us. Someone just texted in, Stephen. Somebody wants to ask about the status of SR 105 probation bill. Do you know anything about that?
Let me look while I'm talking and see if I can find it. It's not one of those that I'm familiar with off the top of my head, but let me see if I can find it. You said SR?
It says SR 105 probation bill. SR 105. So you can look it up while Bob asks you some more questions there. You can multitask there, Stephen.
Well, Stephen, the one thing you have to do
every now and then I can do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one thing you have to do is pass the budget. So has that been passed, or is there still a final vote on the budget coming in the next couple of days?
In the next couple of days, we will see that. We have, I know that the conference committee was officially appointed last week, and I believe the first meeting was Thursday, was the first committee meeting. And so listening to the comments made at that meeting between Chairman Tillery and Chairman England, the big issues were more or less some savings that were to be realized from the influx of federal dollars coming into our state. But we expect to see that. I doubt we will see that today, but I don't know that for sure. It may be Wednesday before we see that.
And if you're just joining us, Stephen Meeks on the phone with us Monday with the Meeks. I got somebody texted me the other day. I mean, this thing was last year, right? The red light on Joe. Nobody's talking about that anymore, are they? The red light on somebody asked me about that. They said it's being discussed, so I didn't know. I guess I'll ask you.
It's I guess it's not a public conversation, but it is certainly one that we continue to talk with DOT about to find out, the matrix of it and the traffic count is the challenge there. And we the three of us, Chairman Tillery and Chairman Werkheiser and myself, consistently are talking with DOT about opportunities and options that we might have, and checking in on the traffic count. It's still not there yet to meet the requirements of the matrix for a red light, but it continues to be at the top of our list. We know that hasn't been accomplished yet, but it's not something that slips by us. Every time we see DOT members, DOT commissioner, we take an opportunity to talk about that because of the importance of that to the community, and making sure that we keep it on their radar so that we can hopefully get something done with that.
We all have a chance to talk to CSX up there as the mayor reached out with the situation on Orange Street with the railroad, with the bump and everything. Y'all familiar with all that mess going on down here?
Right there, the downtown area?
Yeah, Orange Street. They came in and supposedly repaired the railroad tracks, but for some reason they put a bump in the Orange Street crossing, so they got signs.
Stephen, if you hit it at the right speed, you can actually lift all four tires off the road and hit it back down. If you hit it at the right speed.
Yeah, it's like I seen a Smokey and the Bandit. You go flying into the. It's a mess.
So you really got to go cross slow.
But I just wondered if the mayor reached out, because we constantly have that battle with CSX for some reason. They just don't seem to do. They said they're going to come back and repair, and they just totally said the heck with it.
I see those guys pretty frequently up here. I'll touch base with them and circle back with the mayor on that.
Okay.
And see what their thoughts are, making sure that they have that is on their radar. Nothing's been mentioned to me, but I'll mention it to I'll mention those guys when I see them.
Sounds good.
I see them pretty frequently up here.
So again, what's your schedule the next couple of days? I mean, like I said, you mentioned you're going to be in committees. Is that basically where you'll be most of the days, the next couple of days in committee meetings?
Well, we unless there's something to pop up that needs to be done, this morning's an internal meeting to talk about bills that are on the floor today. Tomorrow is a committee day, and the last day that we have for committees to meet for any legislation. As we're winding down, the bills that we're voting on now are mostly Senate bills that came over before crossover day that we're finishing up. And, unless there's a disagreement or an issue with some of them, they usually will go on through. Some of them are being amended in committees and, have to come back and forth between an agree and a disagree. So, it'll be any last minute pieces of legislation that we need to convene a committee meeting for. And then on Wednesday, of course, day 40, we'll convene early that morning, and it'll likely be a long day. Here in recent years, we've gone to midnight to sine die. Some busy, finalizing the last pieces of legislation that the Rules Committee has put on the calendar, and then addressing the important things. The budget obviously is the big one that we will do before the hard deadline of midnight on Wednesday night. So look forward to finishing up. Just as a quick note on S Bill 105, it is in committee. They have reported it favorably, so it is in the Rules Committee. So I will touch base with the author of that bill in the House and see what that looks like on Senate Bill 105.
All right, thank you, Stephen. A couple more text messages that have come in, Stephen. It says, Mr. Meeks, where does the House and Senate stand on providing cost of living adjustments to employee retirement system retirees? So let me read that once again. Where does the House and Senate stand on providing cost of living adjustments to the employee retirement system retirees?
Let's see, RS. Nothing has come across at this point. I would have to take a look back at the budget. See, I don't know the answer to that off the top of my head.
Yeah, okay. Maybe Senator Tillery will know a little bit more about that tomorrow. All right, this says, we got that one, got one more here. Will the governor's COVID rules allow for a normal outdoor graduation? Since football games in the stadium were unlimited, shouldn't graduation be?
I would hope that we can make some adjustments to that, and hopefully that will be addressed in the executive order coming out this week. I've not gotten any insight as to what that will be, but that is my hope, that the graduating seniors will have, and their parents will have the opportunity to attend the graduation ceremonies as would be typical in any other year. So hopefully that will be the case.
Maybe he'll make that announcement. Like I say, he's going to loosen more restrictions. Maybe that's included when he makes the announcement this week. So the big question, Stephen, is when the session ends, how soon do you put the city of Atlanta in your rearview mirror?
Even if it's midnight,
that very well may be at 12:05 Thursday morning.
I understand. Get back.
So you're saying a lot of state senators and state representatives will be on the highway drinking coffee on their way back home late.
There's about a dozen of us that more than likely Wednesday when we walk out of the chamber, we all hit the interstate, headed south. There's a good chance of that.
I understand.
But I appreciate the opportunity to represent the district and the great folks of Wayne County and surrounding districts, surrounding counties in the district, and it's been a pleasure. And I look forward to getting home and visiting with each and every one that we run across, and hopefully the opportunity for meetings and others will be there, and we can gather and talk about the good things that we've done, and hear the not so good, and hear about the not so good things we might have done while we were here as well.
We always have that post-legislative forum coming up. So, you've been there the whole time. Just, this will be the last time we get a chance to talk to you because, like I said, the session ends this week. So just in general, the highlights that you see from the session, what are some of the things that you're proud of that has been done?
Well, one of the things that we have worked on in terms of committee, and I've talked a little bit about it, not significantly at this point, but it's something I want to take a look at while we're at home and talk to more business owners, and that is the small business committee that I was fortunate enough to be appointed to this year. And we did one piece of legislation really redefining what the definition of small business, and I think it's one of those things that as we get home and really begin to talk about what we need to do as a state for small businesses to continue to thrive and build, and the ingenuity and the entrepreneurship that each and every business owner we need to do. We started a good track record of really getting folks in and understanding some of that, and digging in to figure out, what red tape do we need to cut, because there's a lot of it, and many business owners are just of the mindset of, get out of my business and leave me alone and get rid of the red tape and let me run my business. And that's what we want to be able to do. So while it's been a quiet committee that we have worked on this session, I'm happy with where we are with that, and as we continue to take a look at those things of, how do we let you run your business the way you need to do it, and so that's one of the things that, while it's been a quiet victory, so to speak, that we have that we've done while we've been here, it's been a good committee and a good session for learning more about how we can influence legislation and do away with some of that red tape that is necessary. But it's been a challenging session. It's been a good session as we have dealt with the COVID-19 restrictions, even at the General Assembly level. And I'm looking forward to when we reconvene the next time, that more and more citizens will be able to join us here in the Capitol in Atlanta. We've seen some of the constituents from Georgia or from District 178 over the past couple of months, but not nearly as many as we normally would. So we look forward to getting back to a new normal for the General Assembly whenever we move forward. We continue to balance our budget and making sure that we are fiscally responsible. The mindset of the General Assembly over the past couple of sessions, and in particularly as we entered into a pandemic, our fiscal policy was extremely conservative. The governor led us through that in a masterful way. While he's gotten some criticism, we didn't completely shut down Georgia. Businesses were continued to operate. And like we've said so many times, the credit for that largely goes to small business owners themselves, who made adjustments and were really, just great. The thought process to go into how you pivot your business to operate under a scenario that we've never seen in our lifetime. So a lot of that goes to the business owners. And, as we come out of this pandemic, we're going to be stronger. As we continue to open up and get back to a new normal where restaurants or have a few more dine in once those restrictions are lifted, and, looking forward to getting out and being with our loved ones and, our friends as we gather over the summer months. So, there's a lot of things to be excited about, be proud of for our state when it comes to where we are right now coming out of the pandemic as opposed to other states. So it's been a challenge, but we're glad we are where we are in terms of the economy, in terms of employment, and getting folks back to work.
Well, again, Stephen, we just want to thank you again for being with us every Monday during this session. Again, I think our listening audience enjoys hearing from our local representation, and again, they're very accessible. You always give out your phone number, email account, things like that, so people have been able to get in touch with you during this session. But we appreciate you taking time and being here on the Butch and Bob Show every Monday during the session. Again, just want to thank you for doing that, and look forward to the post-legislative forum that the chamber will set up, and we'll look forward to having you in the studio maybe when you get back.
Absolutely.
And get settled. So.
Absolutely, and thank y'all for the opportunity to do this each and every Monday and visit with constituents home. Thanks so much.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Tim. All right. Take care.
All right.
Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup. And, of course, that's State Representative Stephen Meeks, Monday with Meeks. And I guess this is the last Monday with Meeks since the session ends this week. Wednesday night.
Yep.
31st.
And Bill said he's going to join us Wednesday, so we definitely got him Wednesday. So hopefully Blake will be able to.
Yeah, we're
not
good
be
to have
too
all
busy.
three of them.
I said it'll be good. So, but appreciate him taking time. Like I said, hear a lot of good comments from a lot of people. They enjoy listening to what they have to say during the session. So
yeah,
nice service to be provided by our local representation.
You got that right. All right, Big Dog Country Radio. Well, we had our different Easter egg hunt on Saturday morning at Unity Church of God. You know, we've been doing this since 1971, putting on the community-wide Easter egg hunt. And about 15 years ago, we teamed up with Unity Church of God to still put on the community-wide Easter egg hunt, but they hosted it and did most of the legwork behind it and work and so forth like that, and we appreciate that so much. But we had a drive-through Easter egg hunt on Monday morning there at Unity Church of God.
Saturday morning.
Did I say Sunday?
You said Monday.
Oh, well, my brain's thinking one thing, my tongue said another. All right, thank you very much for keeping me straight there, Butch. Bob. And so we had it Saturday morning from 10 a.m. to 12 noon there at Unity Church of God. And had a good time. We had around 75 kids or more come through and get those gift bags full of candy and prizes, and had several $100s inside plastic eggs and 1s and 10s and 5s. And you know, there was no age group type thing, so anybody had a chance. We had a lot of $10 bills, a lot of $5 bills, a lot of $1 bills, and then the church had all kinds of prizes to give away, and we had the candy that was given away inside the bags, and everybody had a good time. It was just a steady flow of vehicles flowing through on Saturday morning from 10 a.m. to 12 noon there at Unity Church of God during our annual Easter egg hunt, which this year was an Easter egg drive-through grab and go. And it went very well. And I was just glad it was overcast mostly that morning all the way to about 11:30. That's when the sun came out, but after that it was sunshine. But before that it was overcast. Really good. Nice. So hope everybody enjoyed it. And should be next year, we should be back to the regular Easter egg hunt. We can put the eggs out there on the grounds there at Unity Church of God, and the kids can run out there and find them and win prizes and get candy and have fun. And then we'll have all kinds of, little ride things there for everyone for next year. So it went really well. All right, Gonzaga, we had several folks who text in that was listening.
New York?
Nope. Spokane, Washington. I would have never guessed that. Spokane, Washington. Spokane, Washington is where Gonzaga is. And so ranked number 1 in the nation, undefeated, going through the bracket pretty easily here.
Pretty easily. I said, they look like they're going to do something that has been done since 1974 when Bobby Knight in Indiana did it. So, heck of a story.
Yes, it is.
But Alabama got beat. They can't hit free throws. That's the difference.
That's terrible. You get a free shot there and you can't hit it.
They went to overtime. I think they shot 10 of 25, and UCLA shot 20 of 25. So that was the difference in that ball game. So, but Michigan looked pretty good. Happy for Juwan Howard, former Michigan player, went to the Final Four, got his team into the Elite Eight. So that's a nice story. But Creighton's still alive. It begins tonight. So they got 2 games tonight, 2 games tomorrow night, and they'll have the Final Four this Saturday. So it's all down to got the matchups here in the wrong folder.
All right. Gonzaga Bulldogs. You know that?
Yeah, I knew it was the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs, yeah.
Let's see.
No wonder they're winning.
Tonight they've got Oregon State taking on Houston, and then Arkansas plays Baylor. Baylor's still pretty good team in as well. And then tomorrow night it's USC, Gonzaga, UCLA, Michigan. Those are the 8 teams left, and we'll have down to the Final Four by Tuesday night, and then they'll play the Final Four Saturday and Sunday, and then the championship game Monday.
Okay. Gonzaga is a Spanish name, named after some person from Spain, the sun. So that's what Gonzaga is. I wonder what Gonzaga is. Okay. Spokane, Washington, Gonzaga, number 1 in the nation, just whipping through everybody.
Speaking of number 1, Wayne County Baseball ranked number 1 after the big sweep over Coffee. So that's a good story. Should be a fun game tomorrow night against Glenn Academy. Glenn's got a good team. So
look at that. They got a bronze statue of Mr. Gonzaga there on the campus. and they've got a mask on them. You don't think they've got a mask over UGA there in the Student Center, do you? Georgia.
Who knows? They've got a mask on everything.
Oh, boy. Okay. But, yeah, that is fantastic. That who ranked Wayne County number one? Wayne County baseball?
Max Preps.
Max Preps. Wayne County varsity baseball team ranked number one after their sweep of Coffee County this past week. And they get back in action tomorrow night. Is that correct?
Tomorrow night. Weatherman permitting. Didn't you say 60% chance?
60% chance, yeah. 60% chance tomorrow.
30% chance tomorrow night. So hopefully
hopefully they'll get that in.
Should be a fun game.
Yeah, taking on Glen Academy. Is it down there or here?
Here. We play them here Tuesday, there, Thursday.
Okay.
It's back-to-back games. Take a break.
Tuesday here, Thursday there.
And then Friday.
And then Friday, we got Brantley here, a makeup game, right?
Brantley at Brantley.
Oh, Brantley, okay.
Yeah. We've already played Brantley here. That's the makeup game. In fact, it was the first game of the year on the schedule.
Yeah.
They got rained out.
Yeah. Speaking of rain out, they had the rain out yesterday at Bristol. You know, they put down
on the dirt road.
Yeah, they put down several inches of that clay. It was so fun watching the show there for about 30 minutes there. You know, they had Cliff Boyer and Jeff Gordon and Chris Myers there. And then they had Cliff and Jeff take a trip around the track. They're slipping and sliding all over the place. They just about, they weren't really all going real fast. But that just showed you how slick that clay was. Man, they just about hit the wall. If it wasn't for some good driving and luck, Cliff Boyer just about put that into the wall there. And then you had the car that goes around and packs the dirt. It was sliding everywhere. You had basically a lake out in the parking lot there. That's how much rain they got there in Bristol. But then it was interesting watching just the slipping and sliding, the peeping and the hiding that was going on there. And you still had lots of motorhomes and campers out there in the parking lot getting ready for the race today. I think it starts at 4, I believe, there in Bristol, as they'll be racing on the clay, on the dirt there. Ought to be fun to watch. Watch the big boys racing the clay. Hopefully they can get it packed down and dried off a little bit during the day. It's supposed to be sunny up there just like it is here today.
Opening day baseball Thursday, too. Major League Baseball kicks off Thursday. That's right.
The Braves begin on Thursday also, and we are your Braves radio station for Southeast Georgia right here at WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup. Thousands of folks in Southeast Georgia tune in every single season to hear Braves baseball right here on 105.5 FM. It's been our honor to bring it to you for the past 50 years, and this will be our 51st season. And hopefully it'll all be normal this year. Last year was a little different. We're taking on Philadelphia.
Masters gets underway next week. I saw where they're going to let some fans in, but they haven't said what kind of number.
I don't know what the number is going to be, but they are letting some fans in. They're getting a lot of these divisional games in here in April. They got Philadelphia. We're talking about the Braves. Philadelphia, and then Washington, and then Philadelphia again, and then the New York Mets coming up during the month. And then toward the later of the month, they get into some teams that's not in the division. I guess they're trying to get in as many division games as they can right off the bat.
Should be a fun year for the Braves.
Yeah,
good
it should
baseball
be.
Team.
Yep, they were one victory away from going to the World Series this past year. Won the Eastern Division 3 years in a row. They were one victory away from going to the World Series. And Dodgers just was too deep. That payroll there is about twice as much as the Braves. And looking forward to another good season for the Braves this year. Ought to be exciting. It'll be right here on 105.5 FM. But congratulations to the varsity baseball team. Anything else on local sports over the weekend in terms of high school or anything you know about? Okay. All right. And so the city council, the Jessup City Council, is going into a retreat today and tomorrow. Is that correct?
All right. Starts this morning. Goes all day today and all day tomorrow.
Okay. Where are the meeting?
The Craig Williams Community Center.
Okay. So they'll be in there. And it was interesting. You got all kinds of different people coming in to talk to him about their particular areas, you know, the IDA, the Downtown Development Authority, different department heads and things of that sort, just talking about what's going on in the city and making sure they're on the right track and trying to correct it if they're not. And do you know what the latest word is on the search for a police chief? You heard anything on that?
Don't know, but they got the police department on the agenda for tomorrow at 9 o'clock. So we'll be there tomorrow, listen to see what they got to say.
That is probably the biggest question that I've gotten of the last several days is, who's going to be our new police chief? I said, I don't know. It's not my decision. I don't know. I'm sure they'll make a good decision for the city of Jessup. The council will. And the city manager. Doesn't the city manager appoint and the city council approve?
Right. The city manager makes that appointment.
Yeah. All right. So we'll see what happens. We'll see. I'm sure they're looking and deciding. All right. What else is going on, Bob? Anything? Is that pretty much it?
That's all I know.
Okay, well,
ready for tomorrow night. Hopefully that game will get in. Should be a fun game against Glen Academy.
Right. Should be.
Good games. And they said it's a good baseball team, so should be good competition.
Okay. All right. Take care. All right. The world-famous Butch and Bob Show brought to you by Damon's Famous Fingers and Wings, by O'Quinn and Associates, Country Financial, by Murphy Builder Supply, and First Southern Bank.
The world famous Butch and Bob Show.